With simulator games in Roblox, the numbers can get very big. Eventually, when the numbers get big enough, we have to make them smaller so they can fit on the screen. We can do this by using letters like K for 1,000 or M for million. However, there's a few issues with this approach. The first issue is that the numbers do not look as satisfying when they are abbreviated with a letter. And the other issue is that it just gets confusing whenever we start using these weird numbers that nobody has ever heard of, like sextillion. Sextillion. Okay, shut up. But a few years ago, I came up with my own method, and this method was basically, instead of using letters, we will use circles. Each time we get to a certain number, like 1 billion, we switch to a circle, and then we start counting up again. And then when we get to 1 billion again, we switch the circle again. And this works quite easily. However, some people might be a little bit confused when they see these circles and they don't know what they mean. Pet Simulator 99 had an interesting approach to this problem, and their approach was basically to say when you have 1 million gold coins, you have 1 gold bar. So basically 1 gold bar is 1 million gold coins, and then when you get 1 million gold bars, it becomes something else. And that was a pretty solid approach, but I think I may have something a little bit better. So my idea is we start counting up like normal: 1,000, 1 million, 1 billion, and then when we get to 1 trillion, we abbreviate it with a T, and then we go 10 trillion, 100 trillion, and then here's where the genius part comes in. Instead of switching to 1 quadrillion, we would say 1,000 trillion, and then keep going until we get to 1 trillion trillion. And that is where we will abbreviate it with 2 T's. 1 trillion trillion. It might sound a little confusing, but trust me, it is hella genius. And there's gonna be 2 types of these numbers: the longer form and the shorter form. The longer form would be like 1,000. The shorter form would be 1K. And then the longer form of something like 1,000 trillion would be 1KT. Does that make sense? So 1KT is the same thing as 1,000 trillion. Does that make sense? Isn't this hella genius? I know, I'm low-key God. I've implemented this feature in my upcoming game, YouTube Legends, which will be coming out this summer. There is only a couple more things that need to be finished in YouTube Legends before the game is ready for release, but I will keep you updated on YouTube Legends, and I will see you later. I'm just kidding.